you're checking out Mixed Reviews. So today I wanted to do a little bit something different. I'm doing a Malbec from Argentina. Now, the whole thing about this that I'm using, this is Elisa by Bodega Noemia. It's predominantly Malbec. It's a blend. So it does have 7% Merlot in it with 3% Petit Verdot. So it's not 100%, but it still is Malbec predominantly. Okay? So this right here is from, what is that? Patagonia, Argentina. But more precisely, it's from Mank area where a lot of the grape growing happens. So they pretty much just lease the grapes from the neighboring grape growers, and then they produce it there in their production facility. All right? Just to get all of that cleared, get that out the way. Now the juice itself, the juice is pretty interesting, I would say. Let's say, pour a little bit up. I mean, it's really not too much to say on like the winemaking or anything, but look at this color. That's pretty dark, right? So I would say that this is more like a deep ruby, but it's kind of close to purple, and it's so clear. I mean, it's not clear enough for you to like see your hands through it or anything like that, but yeah. On the nose is pretty clean. You know, I get a lot of like floral notes. I get some earthy notes. I get some primary fruits, and I get some secondary. Like, it's a lot going on, you know? You don't have to fight through it, but you kind of do have to fight in order to get a lot of the aromas. But that's pretty cool, because once you get it, you do get like cranberry. I get black plum or dark plum, I should say, blackberries. I actually get cherry too, you know? So those are like the fruits that go through. Floral, I mean, I definitely get violet. But then outside of that, it goes straight to like smoke, like a hint of cinnamon, like some used sawdust, like people were sawing here, you know, like, I don't know, you know, but it's not like that fresh one where it's just cut, you know, cut sawdust. It's more older. I get like dried herbs in this, like oregano really speaks to me. And under all of that, like when you're coming away to like regather yourself, boom, you get hit with like powdered chocolate or cacao, however you want to say it. Coca beans, I don't know. But that's pretty interesting, you know, because that's a lot going on so many different levels. I see what the winemaking is going for just off of the nose, you know, like. This is a 2017 vintage, so what I'm drinking is 3 years after it was bottled, so it says a lot. All right, let's try it. Yeah, all right, so it is dry, but everything I said I was smelling is exactly what I'm tasting, you know, like my mouth is still watering right now. So that's pretty good. So, I mean, like, because that's that bright, like, cranberry, you know? I'm just like, whoa, you know, initially. The tannins, they taste just like that powdered, like, chocolate, you know? Put in as cover and everything. There's that vanilla. And I kind of feel refreshed because there's that cinnamon that comes through. It's so soft. Everything is really subtle. And that's what I understand about this wine. That it's so smooth and subtle. I mean, after the initial just like wake it up, I'm drinking wine, you know, it's like, oh, there's the acidity. You know, there's that cranberry right there, you know, pomegranate, you know. Stuff that wakes you up. After that, it's just like, all right, cool, now just coast with me. And that's what makes this wine beautiful, you know. I would still say it's a more so gateway Malbec for more concentrated production. But this is so user friendly that, you know, like I would recommend this before I recommend any other like affordable brand. I should say it that way. Like I can sit there, I would pair this with like appetizers with light sauces, not like dense flavorful sauces that will overpower it, but think like margarita pizza, you know, if you're even doing meatballs, just slightly sauced but not smothered in them, you know. I can even do like rotisserie chicken or something with this, you know. Some steak, nothing like delicate slices, you know, nothing that's just like really full bodied and oily, because that's going to overpower the wine itself, you know, and they're just not going to work together. But this is pretty solid. This is pretty smooth, you know, like it's a whole experience, you know. It's not a long finish. Everything is just like that medium point, you know, like the tannins or the dryness stops at a certain point, you know, the flavors don't linger in your mouth too long, you know, or in your nose too long, you know. Acidity, it wakes you up when you first have it, but after that it's just like, okay, all right, I'm ready, you know. It's just a good reset. So pretty much I can tell what the winemaker was going for with this. It's pretty much just like all right, well, you know, I don't want to say benchmark, but this is like, okay, so all right, you had that, now try this one. We also have another level that we can get you to try if you're like a little bit more adventurous and you're ready for more concentrated flavors, you know. This right here is more so just the before you want to dive in and it's too much for you. This is, I want you to try this, you know, just to show you a little bit of something where it's not overpowering for you at all and it's easy to just work through. I can tell that just by the amount of cinnamon, you know, that's coming through, you know, the chocolate, how long everything lasts. I can just tell that the kind of barrels they use are these big 600 liter wooden vats, you know, where it's a lot of wine going in and not enough surface space. So, you know, that's why you don't get a lot of vanilla or overpowering flavors like that. It's just like no, come on, you know. We'll fit you in somehow, some way, even if it's just a hint, you know. You're going to get some of this, you know, cinnamon, these spices, you know, black pepper and all of that, you know. It's really articulate. It's really cool. Outside of that, what else? I can just tell I can't pick the yeast strand at all right now, and that's pretty interesting. So it makes me want to think that they're, I don't know, that they're either in a lab, you know, or it could be native yeast that's just floating around that they let start fermentation. Can't really tell that right now. But ever since the tannins are so smooth, I could tell that this is hand picked, that this hardly touched any machines, I guess you would say, or industrial machinery where it's just rash. No, this probably, people are probably stomping on these grapes, you know, or there's a bladder that just pushes them whole clusters or however, you know, because that's how it feels, you know. This feels really intentional and it feels prolific for what it's trying to put out, and I appreciate that. So this is definitely a good wine. The balance on it is pretty interesting because I really don't I think if it had more alcohol in this, because I'm not getting a lot of alcohol, I don't even get anything on the back end. What is this? I would say around 13, because I really don't get anything. But yes, this is 13%. This is definitely 13%, and it shows, because it's just if it was at probably 13.5%, it would probably push out more primary fruit aromas, but it's not doing that. I mean, everything just, you know, the finish isn't long. It's layered really well with aromas, and I can't say that it's, I guess it's kind of complex just because it does have all of those layers. So I can only give this wine good. It's not outstanding. It's not very good. It's above acceptable, you know. So this is a good wine. It's still developing though. I would love to see what this does in like a year or two. This is a 2017. It was bottled. I'm having it at 2020, and I'm starting to see it, get all the secondary notes. So I'm really interested to see what happens with this in the next 2 years. Maybe some mushroom would start coming out. I don't know. It can go anywhere like that, but it's still developing. I would still recommend it. You can drink it now, but it still has potential to age. And that's pretty much my wrap on that. This is Elisa by Bodega Noemia. I'm still working on that. And I guess the alcohol is kicking in, huh? Anyway, once again, I'm Bryant Fennell, and thank you for checking out Mixed Reviews. Hopefully, if you come across this bottle, you should get it. If I'm telling you right now, if it's the year, if you get it a year after they bottle it, it's going to be a fruit bomb. It's going to have a lot of fruit flavors to it. But if you let it sit for a little bit, you can see how it's going to develop. And it's just going to keep getting better and better. All right, so cheers. All right.